Hello, and welcome to the 90s Week by Week, where we are going through each and every week in the 90s in chronological order. I'm your host, Brandon, coming at you from Grubby's Private Bar. Each episode, we bring on a different guest to go through the pop culture and events of the week we're taking a look at. On this week's episode, we'll be covering March the 18th through March the 24th in the year 1990. My guest today is Jamie Moffatt. Hi, Jamie. Thanks for being with me today.
Hello.
What would a day or night in 1990, early 1990 look like for you? What might you have been doing?
Well, if it was a weekend, I probably would have been at a slumber party at my friend Casey's house playing Mall Madness. Because I was in 6th grade, probably would have rode my bike over there, listening to music, Skid Row.
I love Skid Row. So were you into hair bands in general or just Skid Row?
Yeah. Well, hair bands, yeah. Skid Row is the only one that really comes to mind because she had a Sebastian Bach poster on her ceiling.
I love Sebastian Bach. This is kind of right as we were coming out of the whole hair band craze too. Like grunge was about to bust open, and I kind of associate Skid Row with the end of that era. I think they hit like right after Rat and Motley Crue and
Cinderella.
Cinderella's great. Absolutely, I had the Long Cold Winter.
Yeah, who was the one that sang "Fly Like an Angel"?
Flight of the Angels, Slaughter.
Slaughter, yes.
Yeah, Mark Slaughter. Yeah, very underrated band. Some of those I go back and listen to now, and like they weren't edgy enough for a lot of those people that were into like Quiet Riot and everything. But I'll listen to "I Remember You Today." Like that's on my constant playlist. 18 in Life.
Yep.
Those are great songs. Mall Madness board game.
Yeah.
Like Spin Dial.
No, you laid the board out and kind of like built this mall around it, and it had like a little thing in the middle that you would push the button, it would tell you, it gave you instructions on what to do. You had like money, and I can't remember all of it, but yeah, it was just a really popular game.
Where are you from?
Orleans, Indiana.
Population.
2,000 friendly folks. I'm sure there's more now, but back in the day it was 2,000.
What was the closest big town and how far was it?
We went to Bloomington for everything. So that was about 45 minutes. Like that's where we went to the mall, we went shopping, movies, out to eat. We had one restaurant in our town, Bob's Super Burger. And it wasn't a fast food.
No? Like a family restaurant?
Yeah, like they had really good cheeseburgers, but...
Is that your go-to, the cheeseburger?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is it still there?
No, it's a car lot now.
Oh, wow. So you said you rode your bike to your friend's house. How far? A couple blocks?
It was more than a couple blocks. It was probably about a mile. But it was like in town, but like a bunch of side streets. Yeah.
Are you still in touch today?
Yeah.
Still friends?
Yeah, I saw her last year. I saw her at a Reds game in Cincinnati. We both just happened to be, I was there watching the Cubs. She's a Cincinnati fan. Yeah, ran into her there.
Wow. Didn't know she was going to be there?
She saw my Facebook post.
Oh, cool.
I was like, "Are you in Cincinnati?" Said, "Yes, I am." And we met up, yeah.
You guys should have played Mall Madness. All right, well, how about we take a look at music?
All right.
From March 18th to March the 23rd, Escapade by Janet Jackson was the top song. Then on March the 24th, Black Velvet by Alana Miles took over the top spot. The top 10 in music for this week were number 10, Get Up Before the Night Is Over, Technotronic. Number 9, Keep It Together, Madonna. Number 8, I Go to Extremes by Billy Joel. Number 7, All Around the World by Lisa Stansfield. Number 6, I'll Be Your Everything, Tommy Page. Number 5, I Wish It Would Rain Down by Phil Collins. Number 4, Rome by the B-52s. Number 3 was Escapade by Janet Jackson. Number 2, Love Will Lead You Back by Taylor Dayne. And the number 1 song was Black Velvet by Alana Miles. The top country song was Hard Rock Bottom of Your Heart by Randy Travis. And the top rap song was The Humpty Dance by Digital Underground. Notable releases for this week in music were, on March the 19th, the album Violator by Depeche Mode was released, as well as the single Pictures of You by The Cure. On March 20th, the albums I Do Not Want What I Haven't Got by Sinead O'Connor and Poison by Belle Biv DeVoe were released, as well as the single Vogue by Madonna. On March the 22nd, the single Head Like a Hole by 9 Inch Nails was released, and on March the 23rd, the album Mental Floss for the Globe by Urban Dance Squad was released. How many of these songs do you remember from the top 10?
The last 4.
Black Velvet, Love Will Lead You Back, Escapade, and Rome?
Yep.
Black Velvet and Escapade both spend time in the top spot this week. Which one are you giving the edge to?
Janet Jackson, definitely.
Escapade?
Yeah.
Did you have it?
I'm sure I did.
Was that was the Rhythm Nation, I think, cassette one.
Was it?
I had Black Cat. And
Yep. The
song?
video was, I feel like she was at a carnival.
Yeah.
For the music video. Yeah.
Yeah, and a really good song. Really one that I probably hated at the time because I was too cool for it. But in hindsight, it's a great song. Madonna released the iconic single Vogue this week, while Belle Biv DeVoe released the timeless Poison album. Which one then, like back then, which one would you have been more likely to listen to, Madonna or Belle Biv DeVoe?
Belle Biv DeVoe.
Yeah? Poison, did you have that one?
Yes, I did. I believe it was a cassette single. Like, it just came in a little sleeve.
Cassette singles were great. I used to have a whole dresser drawer full of them. I don't know what. I think my dad threw them out. What about now? Still Belle Biv DeVoe over Madonna?
Yeah. Poison was just a great song.
Great song. Still a great song.
Still a great song. If I hear it today, I'm going to leave it on and sing everywhere.
Oh, yeah. And when I'm doing Uber, if I have my 90s playlist on, if that song comes on, it doesn't matter who's in the back seat. They're into it. They love it. Did you have any affinity towards Madonna at all around this time? Did you listen to it all, like her?
Yeah. I'm an all genres type person. I like it all.
Did you get just about whatever cassette you wanted, or were you on a budget? Like, would your parents buy whatever?
I was definitely on a budget. I would trick my grandma to buy the parent explicit advisory ones because you had to be a certain age. I would just go and roam around and my grandma would go buy it for me, having not a clue.
Technotronic? I remembered them from Pump Up the Jam, but I had no idea they sang the song Get Up, but you said you didn't probably remember that one, huh?
No, but I remember Pump Up the Jam.
Yeah, Pump Up the Jam was huge. They were bigger than I remember. When I go back through and I'm seeing that, they were on Saturday Night Live and Arsenio Hall, they were being pushed pretty hard. I noticed in the Get Up video that somebody in the video seems to be wearing spandex biking shorts with the typically early 90s fluorescent type color on the side. My short, awkward, chubby 1990 self had a pair of black biking shorts with a hot pink stripe on the side that I wore shamelessly. Did you have a pair of biking shorts in 1990?
Oh, I did. And one side was hot pink and the other side was black with paint splatters.
Oh, nice. Would you wear them today if you had them?
No.
But they go with anything. I mean, right? In the 6th grade, you can mix and match everything.
In the 6th grade, you can wear just about anything.
Right. Is that the only pair of biking shorts you had? Do you have any other spandex?
No, I think those were the only ones, and I wore them a lot.
Yeah, I think everybody did. I can't believe my mom let me out of the house in those because, they showed everything. I do not remember I'll Be Your Everything by Tommy Page at all because it was on the top 10. It debuted this week on the top 10. But I watched the video, and I think he was supposed to be like a teen heartthrob. Did you have pictures of a teen idol plastered on your wall in 1990?
No, I don't really think so. If I did, it was probably like Corey Hart or Corey Haim. Is that his name?
Yeah.
But I want to feel like I was a little older before I got to that. Yeah.
But your friend had the Skid Row poster.
Oh, yes. Yes, she did.
Sebastian Bach and his beautiful big hair.
She had older sisters. So she was a little bit more into the boy heartthrobs.
Oh, yeah. Older siblings definitely affect where you're at. Do you have siblings?
I do.
Older or younger?
Younger.
Younger? How many?
I have one, a sister.
Okay. Were you that to her? Did you trickle down and influence her and her tastes?
I don't think so.
No? She's independent?
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah, I picked up everything from my brother. You remember the Humpty Dance?
Oh, I still listen to that song.
Yeah.
Like, I think I was listening to that last week.
Yeah, that's a great song, timeless. Okay, so how about we take a look at movies? The top movie for March 18th was The Hunt for Red October, and then on March the 19th through the 24th, the top spot belonged to Pretty Woman. The top 5 movies for this week were number 5, House Party, number 4, Driving Miss Daisy, number 3, Joe vs. the Volcano, number 2, The Hunt for Red October, and number 1, Pretty Woman. Pretty Woman makes its debut on the show this week, immediately seizing the number 1 spot. Are you a fan?
Yeah.
How many times do you think you've seen it?
Too many to count.
Anytime it's on TV, are you stopping?
Absolutely.
Do you remember seeing it the first time you saw it?
No.
You don't know, so you don't know if you saw it in the theater?
Oh, I saw it in a theater, yeah.
Yeah? Who took you, probably?
My mom.
You probably already answered this for me, but if any of these movies is playing on a TV as you're walking through the room, which one are you most likely plopping down on the couch to watch?
Pretty Woman.
Favorite scene?
When he drives up in the limo and she's like he's coming to rescue her from that crappy apartment that she lives in.
When he's like going up the stair
Yep.
or the...
But when he's in, the music is playing and he's in the limo he's like out the top of the limo.
Okay, how about we take a look at television now? All right. The top 10 shows in television this week were number 10, L.A. Law, titled Bound for Glory. Number 9 was The Wonder Years, which was a rerun. Number 8 was Empty Nest, titled Take My Mom, Please. Number 7, Golden Girls, titled Cheaters. Number 6 was a rerun of Cheers. Number 5 was also a rerun and belonged to a different world. Number 4 was 60 Minutes. Number 3 was Roseanne, titled Fender Bender. Number 2 was America's Funniest Home Videos. And the number 1 show was The Cosby Show with the title, What's It All About? TV Guide this week featured The Simpsons sitting on a couch and watching television on the cover. In the middle above them it said, TV, the good, the bad, and the ugly. By The Simpsons it said, TV's hot new primetime family. Across the top it said, 10 great movies for St. Patrick's Day with a shamrock at the end. In the bottom right corner it said, 30-something's Timothy Busfield. I'm a jerk, first and foremost, with the portrait to the right. The March 19th guests on Arsenio Hall were Valerie Bertinelli, Rutger Hauer, and Bob Berkowitz. On March 20th, Mary Hart was the guest and Kid and Play were the musical act. Then on March 21st, it was Elizabeth Perkins and Ted Turner, followed by Chris Christopherson on March the 22nd and Jessica Tandy on March the 23rd. The March 23rd episode of Saturday Night Live was hosted by Deborah Winger, and the musical guest was Eric Clapton. Skits included Subliminal Man on Dennis Miller and Wayne's World. On this week's episode of Star Trek The Next Generation titled Sins of the Father, the Enterprise allows a Klingon to take over Commander Riker's post as part of an exchange program. The Klingon participant ends up being a brother that Worf was unaware even existed. The brother then informs him that their father's legacy is at stake, and Worf decides he must defend it, even if it means losing his life. On Days of Our Lives this week, Isabella tells Roman that she was with Marina on the day that she died. Roman goes with Isabella to Italy to settle her father's estate, and she's left everything, but it's held in a trust. She mentions a pair of earrings to Roman that he realizes were the ones found in Marina's hotel room. Were you a Golden Girls fan?
Still am. Me and my best friend Sarah, we just call ourselves the Golden Girls. She's my Golden Girl. We just had this plan before we had kids and got married that we were going to live together forever as the Golden Girls.
Does it have to be Miami or can you live anywhere?
I think just as long as we were together, it didn't matter.
Yeah, that sounds very Golden Girls-ish.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite episode?
No. I like them all.
All of them.
Again, if it's on and I'm laying in bed at night, I'll watch it.
Yeah. Watched my first episode of L.A. Law ever ahead of this because it was in the top 10 and it was actually kind of good. If you were put on trial for something in early 1990, what would it have been?
Talking back?
Yeah. The worst crime you committed.
Yeah.
God, your parents are lucky. Mine, good God.
Lying.
Never snuck out?
In 6th grade?
Mm-hmm.
No.
I probably did in the 5th grade. Empty Nest opens up with someone using a dustbuster. Did your family have a dustbuster?
Yeah.
Were you allowed to use it or was it sacred?
Yeah. I think I'm the only one that did use it.
Did it work?
Yeah.
Did they have bags?
Well, I'm having this recollection. It's black, and you have to empty it, but it's got this filter thing, and it was you almost had to tear the stuff off of it.
Yeah, like a filter more than a.
Yeah, I don't know. You would empty it, but there was this long thing that came out of it. It was always very dusty.
Because you took the front off, right? It was kind of sloped down.
You broke it.
Yeah, it just kind of snapped in half.
And then it would go to this thing on the wall or on the.
Yeah, that's right. They did it plugged in and you hang it and it would go like that. Mm-hmm. Wow, I forgot about that.
Had lots of Barbies.
Yeah.
I still played with Barbies in 6th grade. Yeah.
I was still playing with G.I. Joes in high school. I was. What was your favorite Barbie except? Like, did you have the Malibu house or the pool? Or...
No, I was poor.
Yeah.
I think it was the Crystal Barbie. Like, she had like this very iridescent like dress, blonde hair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Peaches and cream. Maybe she was the 90s. But yeah, the Barbies just had, like, they were not what they are now. They had long gowns and they were fluffy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember Peaches and Cream by name. Did you have Skipper?
No, I was poor.
Yeah. You didn't get the little sister?
Nope.
Dang. Did you have at least 2 Barbies?
Oh, yeah.
So you could pretend like one of them was a sister.
Yeah, like I had Barbies, but I just never had like the cool ones. I'd have one Kindle, never got Skipper, never got like the Barbies that were, now they're like doctors and musicians. But back in the day they had like certain ones. No, I never got them. Oh, but we had these knockoff Barbies. Jem.
Jem was awesome.
Yes, and I did have her, but my favorite one was the one with the green hair.
The Misfits.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was like Jem and the Holograms was a band, and then the Misfits
Yep.
were their adversaries.
I had the Misfits. She had like a leopard or a zebra, like I feel like zebra coat, and she had green hair.
Oh, I love Jem. Great theme song. Did you have She-Ra?
No.
No She-Ra?
No, but I did watch He-Man, like cartoons. Yeah.
Did you watch soaps?
Yes.
You did? Which one?
Well, I would watch them with my grandma. She called them stories. Days of Our Lives, Guiding Light, As the World Turns, Young and the Restless. I'm actually named after Jamie Lynn Bower.
You're named after Jamie Lynn Bower?
She was on Young and the Restless.
I don't remember a lot about Young and the Restless. Isn't that the one that Nikki was on? And Victor? So which one was your favorite?
Days of Our Lives.
Who was your favorite character on Days?
Marlena.
Doc?
Yeah. And Victor Kiriakis.
See,
Obviously.
I didn't realize there were 2 main bad guys on Days. I figured this out in one of my other interviews, right? Victor and
Stefano, yep.
Yeah.
Demira.
And Stefano was way more evil than Victor, right?
Absolutely. He was the Phoenix. He's horrible.
The Phoenix, like that was his real name? Or
No, that's just
the
like
metaphor?
Yeah, well, that's what he called himself. Or like his people would call him that. Like,
The Phoenix?
Yeah, it was kind of weird.
No, I don't know. That's kind of badass. The Phoenix. I might start calling myself that.
The Phoenix.
Do you remember any specific storylines from any of these soaps around this time?
No, not really. I just remember watching them. And like they would all come on consecutively.
Did you watch Saturday Night Live in 1990?
Nope.
Because you didn't have access to it or you didn't care?
Didn't care, never have cared. I
Never.
don't think I've ever watched an actual episode of Saturday Night Live.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, you might be the first person that I've had on that's never seen an episode of Saturday Night Live. About Full House. Did you watch Full House?
Yeah.
Favorite character?
DJ.
Yeah. the one you could relate to.
Yes.
Any character in the top 10 of television that you couldn't stand?
Roseanne.
As a Roseanne herself?
Yeah. I never watched it because I just didn't like her. Like, her voice just really bothers me. And to this day.
Yeah. I didn't watch
Ted
it.
Danson, Cheers, no.
Mm-hmm.
I only really know The Wonder Years, but never watched it. Wasn't a big fan.
Me either. In fact, I might put Kevin Arnold near the top of my list of people I couldn't stand on any of those shows.
I watched The Cosby Show. America's Funniest Home Videos. That was good.
Do you have any home videos from 1990?
No.
Did you guys have a camcorder?
No, we were poor.
You were poor? Okay, we'll take a look at sports. In sports, on March the 20th, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's number 33 is retired. The cover of Sports Illustrated this week said, "And she's only 13," in large print to the left, with Jennifer Capriati reaches the finals of her first pro tournament underneath it. To the right was a picture of her swinging a tennis racket. The March 19th Sporting News said Sooners in large yellow letters on the top left, with an Oklahoma basketball player taking a shot. Beneath the picture, it said, "Will Big 8 title be Oklahoma's springboard to a national championship?" To the right was a smaller picture with the words, "Blowing his cover. John McVay of the 49ers steps into the spotlight as the NFL Executive of the Year," and beneath that another picture with the words, "Man on a mission. Dale Earnhardt's competitive fires are hotter than ever." Along the bottom it said, "Colts, Dickerson, turmoil swirling," and NCAA tournament bracket. Did you play any sports in the 6th grade?
No.
Do any extracurricular activities in the 6th grade?
No.
4-H, Girl Scouts?
No, yeah. I played softball in the summer.
Any memories from it?
No, I was really tiny. I probably got hit more than I could, and I was probably really bad at it.
Yeah. But that's the advantage of being in a town of 2,000. Like, they don't have a lot of people to pick from, so you still get to play, right?
Yep.
That was me, too. I'd be out in right field playing with ants, and there'd be balls dropping beside me, and I'd be clueless.
Yep.
I'm sure I was the one that when they got stuck with me were like, "Oh, got the grub kid." Were you or your family a fan of any particular pro or college team in the early 90s?
Kentucky. My grandma was a huge Kentucky Wildcat fan. She was born and raised in Kentucky, though, so.
So you guys watch, or did you go to any?
We were poor, Brandon. We watched a lot of IU basketball, though. Like, it was a toss-up because we were so close to Bloomington, but she was a huge Kentucky fan. Dale Earnhardt was mentioned. My mom is a huge NASCAR fan.
Yeah?
So I do remember Sundays.
Yeah, you watch NASCAR on TV?
No, I didn't. I heard it.
Okay, we'll take a look at print now. The cover of Sassy magazine for March 1990 had a girl pressing her lips up against a boy as they both looked at the camera. Along the top it said, "Our second birthday issue. Isn't that special?" Down the left side were the subtitles, "My parents put me in a mental ward," "One model makes you feel sorry for her," and "The 20 coolest women of all time." Along the bottom in large letters it said, "It's a boy," and beneath that, "Prom dresses that aren't ugly." The top book every day this week was The Bourne Ultimatum by Robert Ludlum. Amazing Spider-Man number 330 was titled The Powder Chase. Following separate leads on drug activity leads Spider-Man and the Punisher to the same docks. After a brief exchange, they find themselves under fire. Clashing over opposing styles, they overcome their differences to prevail and discover that someone within the military is behind an extremely large drug operation. The March 1990 issue of Life magazine said Nadia in bold white print to the right with a headshot of the Olympian underneath it, with the words, "The strange and terrible story of the Olympic angel who won our hearts at the 1976 Games and went to hell in Susasus, Romania." In the middle was a large picture of her performing at the Olympics. Down the left was a picture of Noriega with his name beneath it and the words, "What 4 presidents knew and didn't tell you about the CIA's man in Panama" by Seymour M. Hersh. And beneath that was a picture of Roseanne and husband Tom Arnold with the words, "Roseanne, the playful, touching, and very crazy wedding of television's top star." The cover of People magazine for this week had a large picture of Rob Lowe down the left side wearing all black clothes and lifting his shirt up. Down the right side it said Rob Bears All in large yellow letters with the words "Sex, Slow, and Videotape" above it, and underneath it said, "After a year of humiliation, the ex-teen idol talks about the sordid night in Atlanta and its eerie recreation in his shocking new movie, Bad Influence." In the top right corner was a picture of Ivana Trump with the words, "Ivana's World, a spurned wife's new life" along the top. The March 22nd issue of Rolling Stone magazine had the B-52s on the cover and said, "Special College Issue" across the top. Scattered randomly around the members were the subtitles, "Johnny Clegg's War on Apartheid," "The Return of America's Favorite Party Band," "Sinead O'Connor Gets What She Wants," and "David Lynch's Primetime Weirdness." Entertainment Weekly featured a large Oscar award on the cover with the words, "Oscar, a special preview" in large letters across the front. To the top left of the award were the words, "It's tacky, it's silly, it's meaningless. That's why we can't resist." Down the left side it said, "TV, The Outsiders, Some Rude Dude," "Print, Robert Caro on his LBJ bio," "Music, Uptown with Roy Eldridge," "Movies, Pretty Woman, Gear Shift," and "Kids, Adventure in the Tunnel." The cover of Sassy magazine said 20 coolest women of all time. I'd love to know who made their list, but in 1990, who did you think the coolest woman of all time was?
Oh my, Julia Roberts.
You liked because of Pretty Woman?
Yeah. That's like the only person that comes to mind. I'm trying to think like 1990. Who? Yeah, Julia Roberts.
Was that her breakout role? Was she known before that?
I think she had like, she had that pizza movie.
Mystic
Pizza.
Was that it?
Yeah, I believe that was before that. Like, but I believe Pretty Woman put her on the map.
Were you reading teen magazines at this age?
Yes. My friends had them.
You reading teen magazines at your friend's house?
Yeah, and the one where you would get the cutouts of the Sebastian Bach. What was that called?
Oh man, I got all those. Those were like Metal Edge.
Mm-hmm.
I miss magazines. I mean, we don't need them now because we have the internet and cell phones. But it used to be, to hold those in your hands. I really miss that.
I mean, the Sears catalog.
Oh, those were great. Wish books, Christmas. Oh, they were huge.
Circle everything you want for Christmas.
Absolutely. I loved WWF magazine because, early 90s was so colorful, and they always, WWF was so brilliant about marketing and everything. It'd be like hot pink and fluorescent green and those colorful characters. What was the it brand of shoe when you were in school in 1990?
I feel like it was like Nike, but again, I was poor, so I probably wore LA Gear.
Was LA Gear a poor person's brand? Was that like the Walmart?
Well, no, it wasn't. It was just cheaper than Nike. Like
K-Swiss?
Yeah, but those were I only got that stuff for Christmas or birthdays. I didn't just go, or it was back to school shopping. We shopped at this little store called Ben Franklin.
Yeah, we had a Ben Franklin. Yeah, they called it the dime store.
Yeah, we they had I think it's relevant to a Dollar General now. They had clothes, they had some groceries, some little knickknacks, but yeah, I feel like we always shopped there unless it was going to Bloomington and going to the mall, and that was a big in 6th grade. I don't really remember, but you went there for Christmas shopping or school shopping.
Did you have a caboodles?
Yes.
What
absolutely. Color? Purple.
This was inspired by caboodles.
Okay,
this design
yeah.
I came up with.
Mm-hmm.
How long did you have it? Did you have it beyond high school?
No. And it was a Christmas present because it was something that I had to have, and we were poor. Yeah.
Did you have it this far back, when you were in the 6th grade?
I want to say maybe. I don't know. I didn't really wear a lot of makeup. I just wanted it to have it.
Sure.
I probably held scrunchies and hair clips and tapes.
Yeah. Do you have any memory from this time outside of anything I've mentioned?
No, 1990, like I said, 6th grade, 11, played a lot of Mall Madness, rode my bike, was poor.
Poor? I was going to add that if you didn't.
Yeah.
Well, those are all the questions I got for you.
All right. Well, thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming, Jamie.
Right.
I appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of the 90s Week by Week. You can find links to all of our social media accounts on the 90sweekbyweek.com. Feel free to leave questions, comments, and suggestions. We are always looking for ways to improve the broadcast and appreciate your feedback. Subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on whatever audio streaming service you use to be notified when new episodes are uploaded. If you're interested in being a guest on the 90s Week by Week, fill out the questionnaire at the bottom of the 90sweekbyweek.com. Till next time.